our activities and our services. And after that, I got a team of IPMO India with me, Mr. Abdul Madeen, my Director Mechanical, and Swati Swaralaya, who is Manager Technical and Training, and we shall jointly endeavor to take on your questions. Now, International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Official India is derived from our parent organization, which is International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials, which is based in United States of America. This organization has got very many capabilities, but basically we've got a goal, that is global health, that is international public health and safety and environmental awareness. Now, this organization is a worldwide leader. It is an NGO, a non-profit organization. It's actually a founding organization of the World Plumbing Council, protecting health, welfare, and safety all over the world. It is actually endeavoring to sustain and support sustainability and bring in emerging technology in the changing world of today. We actually concentrate on codes and standards, and thereafter code-based education. Just to bring out that we have a presence in 42 countries in the world, and we have developed codes in 17 countries including India. Almost 50% of the world population today is using our codes and standards. Just to give you a brief idea of what our organization deals with, it deals with codes and standards, it deals with testing, it deals with environmental safety, it has got an organization in Oceania, and of course we have a presence in India. My CEO, Mr. Russ Cheney, today is the chairman of the World Plumbing Council. Just to give you an understanding that this IPMO India has actually come into India by effort of Indian Plumbing Association. The national president of Indian Plumbing Association today is Mr. Sudhakaran Nair. He is a very close friend of Russ Cheney, and today he is the deputy chairman of the World Plumbing Council. In all probability, if everything goes well, by next year, Mr. Sudhakaran Nair will be the chairman of the World Plumbing Council, something of great pride for all of us Indians. Now, IPMO India was established here in 2007. We have offices here, the corporate actually located in Bangalore, and we have an office in Pune. Actually, the interaction of Indian Plumbing Association and the IPMO India working together has brought about this organization in India, basically aimed to work together to establish a model code for plumbing installation and maintenance for all of India. Although I talked about the plumbing part of it, we also have another offshoot which is mechanical, with like-minded leaders like ISRE, Fire Security Association India, ICRA, etc. We have also developed the mechanical code and in the mechanical domain of heating, ventilation, air conditioning and refrigeration. A brief word about Indian Plumbing Association. This is an apex body, a voluntary organization established in 1993, and it is pan-India with about 12 chapters with approximately 2,000 members of manufacturers, builders, consultants, architects, designers, contractors and engineers. They are actually working voluntarily in this organization primarily for bringing in plumbing awareness and this is done by a yearly conference called Plumbex. Is something like Mr. Rao introduced about the theft count. And also we have a monthly magazine called Indian Plumbing Today, which is propagated across India. Jointly, we have the following activities and services, that is preparation of codes and publications, code-based education, and with specific attention to the skill development, testing and certification of plumbing as well as later mechanical products, water audit, energy audit. We have signed memorandum of understanding with many organizations, and one being Indian Green Building Council of Dr. Prem C. Jain, where we are working towards contributing towards Green India in our country. Just to give you an update on the publications that we have brought out till today is Uniform Plumbing Code India and an illustrated training manual for the Uniform Plumbing Code India. The first of it came out in 2008, and according to the basic requirements of its revision, keeping with the latest technology available in the world in plumbing field, we have revised this in 2011, and the new one was released in November 2011. Thereafter, we brought out the Green Plumbing Code Supplement India in 2012, and at the moment it is under revision for its new publication in 2013. In 2011, we brought out the Uniform Swimming Pool Code. First time in the history of India such a code has come out, and based on these codes, we have evolved a document which is called the Water Efficient Product in India. This document actually forms part of a white paper which is being made by the Ministry of Urban Development for water conservation in India. Last but not the least is the Uniform Solar Energy Code, which we released in July this year in God's own country in Kochi. By following the basic fundamental aspects which are in this, it is a known fact and followed all over the world that one can save up to 35% or more on water conservation. Having said that about the code aspect, the training. Firstly, I will concentrate as well as the plumbing training is concerned. To this August gathering, I don't need to say that construction industry, which is one of the prima facie target audience for plumbing, is the second largest economy activity in India, first being farming. The 10% of the construction industry today is related to plumbing. And according to the statistics, which of course derived in conjunction with the CIA statistics available, that in India there is a shortage of 25 to 13 lakhs plumbers in the construction industry. It gives the volume of the target one can attend. And also today in this field, almost 90% of the plumbers who are working are not technically trained. Yeah. Now, having said this, we have code-based education training program which is derived from this codes at two levels. One is at the level of engineers, supervisors, architects, and interior designers, a course called Plumbing System Design, and a course called Plumbing Construction Management. Thereafter, attending the unorganized sector, that is the skill developing, we have a plumbing technology program which comprises of two parts. That's a basic course which makes a person a trained apprentice plumber. Of course, having done this course, he is not in a position to do plumbing on his own, but he can work under a trained and experienced plumber. The second part, being the master course, gives him a degree or a certification of trained master plumber, where he can work independently in the construction industry as a plumber. We also have a course which is Plumbing Apprentice Program for school dropouts, which was derived basically out of the basic course of trained apprentice plumber, attending the society that is below poverty level, to give them a particular training for their earning their livelihood. Other than the Plumbing Education to Employment program, we have a Green Plumbers India program, about which I'll come out subsequently, give a little brief about it, Uniform Plumbing Code India Awareness Program, and Uniform Plumbing Code India Certification Program. Now, although I mentioned about all these training modules, as far as IFMO India is concerned, we are following the concept of train the trainers. It is actually a 4-day capsule in which the qualified person who are suitable to be trained, who have got experience in plumbing, who have got fluency in English, and also diploma holder / engineer, can attend this training basically at Pune, because we have the facility of a plumbing lab in Pune. However, we also have certain representations from people for having necessary to conduct this course at respective sites, which we do either conduct the theory courses in that particular place and a visit to plumbing for a day, or the visit to the plumbing lab is replaced with the video coverage. Couple of photographs about our plumbing lab, which is a high-end lab. I mean, there is no parallel to this in India anywhere, which gives an absolute thorough knowledge of a person to see through, being conducted to the do's, don'ts, with transparent pipes and things like that, which gives what is correct and what is not correct. Since the whole program today has been to concentrate on the training aspects, I will dwell a little more on each of these courses. The Plumbing System Design course, the target audience, the graduates and students, graduates or students of final year degree in civil engineering, environmental engineering, or mechanical engineering, or even diploma holders. This particular course is focused for design of plumbing system. It is a total of 120 is the duration of this course, which is to be conducted by the trainers who are trained. And are you not able to hear me? This program can be offered subsequently by the person who is trained at the convenience, whims and fancies of the people or the engineering institutes or the organization. All that we need is to look at the 120 hours of theory, practical and assignment. The side projects, the IPA helps them to do this. And once this is done, we also carry out jointly with the organization an assessment and then a certification. The second course is the Plumbing Construction Management, aimed contractors, project managers, supervisors, architects and interior designers. This course focuses on the installation, supervision of code-based plumbing systems. This is also an 120 hours course of theory, practical assignment and side project. Just like I mentioned, at the discretion of the organization, whom the trainers get trained by under us, even there is an option for this to be conducted at the site for 2 hours a day and things like that. That we leave it to them. There are various options. In some colleges, they do it in 1 year, 6 hours a week, or 3 days, 2 hours a week. There are various options available, which left totally to the discretion of the organization. The Plumbing Technology Program, as I mentioned in my introduction, has got two portions, that is the apprentice program and the master program. Each of this is 240 hours, but you find the basic course has got 46 hours of theory and 194 hours of practical. The other course has got 50 hours of theory and 190 hours of practical. Once a person undergoes both these courses, then he gets the certification of trained master plumber, and thereafter he is technically trained and fit to carry out plumbing in the construction industry on his own. A deviation from the plumbing apprentice program, in fact I forgot to mention that your plumbing technology program, the target audience is 10 standard pass. However, a slight deviation from that is the plumbing apprentice program, which is longer in duration because aimed at below poverty level and 8 standard pass people. It has got more of practicals, that is 240 hours, leading to about 300 hours. Once a person does this and works for a while under a master plumber, then he can also undergo the second course of the plumbing technology program and become an independent trained master plumber. Once each of these courses are done, then IPMO India, IPA, and the organization to which we come into convergence and sign a memorandum of understanding, we jointly carry out assessment, and after that the certification is given. This certification is of international repute and finds acceptability for placement not only in India, firstly acceptability throughout the Indian Plumbing Association pan-India, but also in like-minded countries like Emirates, Australia, Canada. The certificates finds in value for placement of these people in these areas. Yep. Having said about this plumbing education to employment program, another is the Green Plumbers India program, which is actually a 3-day program. This program was conceived by our parent organization, and it was introduced in Australia, and statistics have brought out that a decade-long drought in Australia was stopped, arrested, and the water conservation in the country came down by 30 to 40% after this program was introduced. We have modified this program to suit Indian environment. In fact, even our codes are derived from the basic code in the United States, but with long hours of working by the technical committee of IPA and IPMO India, we have modified that to meet the Indian environment, Indian industries, and Indian conditions. That is why it has got the mark of Uniform Plumbing Code India. Similarly, the Green Plumbing Code India is also derived from the program which was run in Australia, base being that in United States of America, derived to meet the Indian conditions, and it caters and addresses the important aspects of climate care, water conservation, energy conservation, caring for water, solar hot water, water efficiency technology, water efficient product, and inspection report services. Although this particular webinar has been on plumbing, a word about our mechanical part of the organization. We have also very recently released the Uniform Mechanical Code India, and we are working today on the illustrated training manual and also the mechanical education to employment program, which at the moment is in the process of being prepared and will be ready in another 6 to 8 months' time. This is Uniform Mechanical Code India. The organizations which have partnered us in preparation of the plumbing and mechanical codes are CIA, of course, ISRE, DAI, IAEC, FSCI, CSC and the like, and of course Indian Plumbing Association, which I talked about. In our little existence of 4 to 5 years in India, we have already joined hands with like-minded people which are listed in the screen, with whom we are already conducting the training. It may be of interest that as of now, we have, through our Train the Trainers program and subsequent training, churned out about 1,000 plumbers who are already placed both in India and abroad. Last but not the least is, although the codes and standards are mandatory in the Western countries, that is like United States of America, which are followed in the construction industry, it is necessary, of course lacking, that in our country these are not mandatory. Our organization is constantly working with the Ministry of Urban Development, Ministry of Sanitation, separate state governments like Karnataka state government, Kerala water authorities, to bring in certain regulations to the construction industries, so that if these codes and standards are followed, of course our primary aim of the global mission, health, safety, welfare of the society, can be achieved. Thank you so much. Me and my team now are ready to take on any questions from any one of you. Thank you.